Everybody, I'm CAPANO. I'm back for another exciting video on this stimulus package. Okay, now stay with me from the beginning to the end of this video. I'll go as quick as I can because I know you got things to do, but it's important, is why I'm coming on. The IRS announced today that they completed the $1,400 stimulus check. If you not received the American Rescue Plan stimulus check from the American Rescue Plan from President Biden, you will have to file on your 2021 tax from your CPA. Again, I'm not a CPA, but you would have to go ahead and file it on that. Now, let me know in the comments if you have not received it. I'm hoping everybody have, but for some reason or another, it got lost or they didn't get around to it. You can still do it with your taxes this year. Now, I know before I even say anything, what about the $1,400 or $2,000 that I've been talking to and you've been hearing about? I'm going to get into that, and I'm also going to get on how they can do this without causing inflation. I just found out some more details from my reliable sources in my meetings that I go to here in Las Vegas, Nevada. But before I do that, I want to say thank you very much for all the likes on my video this morning. I greatly appreciate all my loyal subscribers to make this channel all possible. I'm here to give you the facts and the update. That's why in my title, I have stimulus package, okay? Now stay tuned for this whole video. So once again, thank you very much. All right, I'm not gonna keep you any longer. So here's what we have. There's 25 million Americans struggling from the pandemic in 2 years. 25 million people are behind on their bills. They're struggling. They were not struggling out of this 25 million. Only 10% were struggling before. So the pandemic did just demolish us. And I'm not going to get into that on this video. Now, here's how they can do a stimulus check for $1,400. Actually, they can do two without causing inflation. So pay attention. So I know people are going to come across, Sal, what about inflation? Our kids, our grandkids. I'm with you. But here's how they can do it. Now, these are facts. I want you to pay attention here. Stay with me. A group called Patriotic Millionaires, okay? Tax to wealthy. They want to implement a 2% tax on the wealthy. Was that anybody on here? Well, if you are, then you won't have to worry about this stimulus updates, right? That's what I provide you at PUA. And also stay tuned to PUA and unemployment there could be a fund going forward in all these proposals. Now stay with me. So it's called Patriotic Millionaire Tax to Wealthy, implement 2%. Wealthy for over $5 million. Are you making $5 million? $928 billion would it be a year to give out a $1,400 stimulus check. They actually give out two. They can actually give out two every year forward, but they have enough to give it out. Now, granted, not everybody needs it, right? There's a lot of people that's why they put a cap over 150,000 per couple, 75,000 individual, right? So this is how they want to do it. This is how the Congress and this administration wants to do it. Do I agree? I'm not going to comment. I'm down the middle, but that's how they can do it without inflation. So again, it's a Patriotic Millionaire Tax to Wealthy, implement 2% wealth tax to 5 million. 5 million if you make over $5 million. $928 billion to give out, actually two $1,400 stimulus, but at least one, right? And again, because of midterms, it's politics, the seats and everything, the Democrat seats losing possibly to Republicans is why I believe it will happen. And I believe it will happen before March. Now, why? Well, before I go any farther, why? I just want to say, I want everybody to stay positive. Negative doesn't do any good. I read your comments. There's a lot of great comments on how people stay focused and positive, and great things will happen. We can't control everything in Congress, right? I'm just a YouTube guy who fight for you guys what I provide on the station, and I'm in and out of meetings with some of these representatives that I've known over 22 years, of my personal training, and a lot of them, they like me, right? Personal training, so I get that. And also, a lot of it is on the internet, and you can find some of the stuff that I'm talking about. Now, let me jump back into today's video. This evening video. So now let's continue. I want to talk about PUA and unemployment. Remember, AOC wanted a retroactive and all that. I don't think it's going to happen, so I don't want to get your hopes up. But what they are working on this bill, remember, we're not going to call Build Back Better anymore on this channel because we're looking for a new name. they would have a pandemic, an event for self-employed people, PUA, get sick, because most people don't pay into it. Senator Welding, who's on the account administration, says, what about a plan to cover PUA for a couple of weeks? Now, I don't know what I mean by a couple of weeks. Maybe the amount you're out from COVID, because this virus is still here and might be here for a while. Said that, it's getting a lot better. No fear. I mean, things are getting better. But if people get sick, they're self-employed, you'll have a fund. And unemployment will be able to collect if your employer doesn't provide you. Say you're out for 2-3 weeks, you'll be able to get some. So they want to fund it. I'm not sure on how they're going to get that money on that fund. Is there money left over from the administration, from the American Rescue? Maybe they plan on doing that. But Senator Welding, who's on the Finance Committee, there you go, he's working on that. That's looking very promising. If you watched my video earlier today, PUA was talked about again with AOC, Alexander Cortez. So the progressives are still fighting for some kind of relief for the people. Remember, you have the progressives and the moderates. Now, don't go anywhere. And by the way, if you're liking what I provide you, I spend a lot of time, a lot of hours. Greatly appreciate it as you help our station, but also helping other subscribers get some good information. As there's some great YouTube channels out there, some good news channels, but I'm going to give you almost 100% accurate information. Now, will all this happen? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm positive that something will happen because of this reason. The State of the Union address is in March, okay? The progressives want this complete by March because of the State of the Union when President Biden is going to come on and talk. That's what I'm hearing. That's what they're talking about in these meetings, that it should be complete. It's going to take some time. It's not going to happen next week. Be great. Be great to have $14 in our pocket, $1,400. But it would be really nice if they can get this $1,400 stimulus checks out to most of us on here. The 2% of the wealthy, leave me your comments below. I mean, I don't know what else we can do. I just gave you the numbers, and I'll recap. 25 million Americans are struggling. And before that, I mean, that's the 2 years of the pandemic. So again, this was not anybody's fault. If you had a small business, I know there's a subscriber on here lost 2 business. Another subscriber has lost his business. Other ones, friends and family. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I don't want more inflation. Most of us don't. But 2% of the wealthy. Now, the wealthy are agreeing to some of this because they get benefits from it too. So it's in my next video, I'll explain on how they can benefit too. So let's not feel sorry for the people who make 5 million. It would be nice to be making 5 million. What would you do with 5 million? Leave in the comments below. What would you do with $5 million right now? Now, these people work hard to get it, but I'm just saying. All right, let's continue. Did I miss anything? Oh, so recapture the IRS. Again, please go to your CPA when you file your taxes for 2021. Please let them know. They're not going to know. Let your CPA, and I just recommend go to a CPA or an accountant, H&R Block, somebody who's professional. Don't let your grandkids or somebody else do that, particularly if you're missing this kind of stuff. Make sure you get all the write-offs if you're self-employed or not self-employed. Remember, pandemic write-offs. So mention that. Again, I'm not a CPA. I wish I was this time of the year, but make sure you mention that to them. All right, I think I covered everything that we know. We know about this tax credit, child tax credit. If you're new to my channel, you might want to subscribe now. They're working on a tax credit and a child tax credit also in this. All right, that was a recap on this evening. Remember, I will be back tomorrow on Friday for another update video. Remember, say hello to somebody. Tomorrow's another day, and there's always a solution on our station. Ciao.